Hi, welcome to the adventure. I'm Drew Champion, and this is Champion Trails. Today, I'm going to be giving you a tour of the van, ambulance. Today, I'm going to be giving you a tour of this vehicle with an identity issue. So, first things first that I wanted to talk about is the whole process of buying this thing. I found it on Facebook Marketplace. Originally, I was just going to try to find a medium to larger cargo van and completely renovate it and do that. Then I transitioned into trying to figure out, okay, maybe a box truck would be better for me just because of how big I am. And then when I realized that ambulances are essentially just box trucks that have already been insulated, come with a rudimentary electrical system and an AC unit, I realized that getting an ambulance would save me a lot of time in the build process. They also come with a ton of cabinets, which again, saves me a lot of time and not having to build those cabinets from scratch. So, why did I buy this ambulance? I bought this ambulance because I got a really good deal on it. The owner was looking for someone who is going to travel in it. He got a lot of offers on people who were wanting to use it as a work vehicle, but because he and his wife had been previously using it as a camper and traveling a lot in it, they wanted to find someone who would also show it that kind of love and dedication to it. Another reason I liked this ambulance is because it's in great mechanical condition. I had it inspected by the dealership and they told me that it was under great condition and had been really well maintained, and they didn't see any major issues when I purchased the vehicle. If you're liking what you're seeing, consider subscribing. It'll really help the channel out. So, next steps for me. I'm wanting to paint the exterior of it. I'm wanting to make it not look so much like an emergency vehicle. I'm also going to take out the emergency lighting and patch them with aluminum panels. I'm also doing a complete overhaul of the electrical system. So while I'm going to leave the current electrical system alone for the most part, I'm going to be introducing a 24-volt system. This way I have plenty of space to have an AC unit and a full-time fridge. While the van came with a couple of appliances like a fridge, microwave, and even a TV, and a basic window AC unit, it's not efficient, and that AC unit doesn't really work all that well. So I'm going to be replacing them with more efficient DC powered versions of themselves. The reason for this is solar power directly transfers into direct current or DC power, and when you transfer power from DC current to AC current, you do have a huge loss there. And then a lot of appliances even then have converters in themselves, and so they convert that power from AC to DC. And so if you remove the conversion process and you just do direct DC to DC, you gain a lot of power back. And so that's why I'm removing what's in there and replacing it with more efficient versions. This vehicle also came with a Murphy bed. It was roughly a queen size, but it wasn't quite a queen size. I'm going to remove it and replace it with something that's a little bit easier to transition from couch to bed. The Murphy bed, while it worked, it was just a little janky and it was kind of difficult to piece together quickly. And so I'm going to be designing a futon setup to where you can lift the back to create it into a couch, and then you can also lay that down and then pull out the bottom of it to extend the length. This will create a full-size queen or full-size bed that'll allow me to use universal sheets without having to get custom sheets for this mattress. Right now, there are 2 solar panels on the roof. One of them is 100 watts, the other one is 50 watts. I'm going to be removing those, and then I'm going to replace them with 2 580 watt panels or something close to that. So what's coming up next? Immediately, I'm going to be removing the lights and then replacing them with aluminum panels. This way that they'll be weatherproof and I won't get water or bugs crawling into those holes. Thanks for joining me. Now go outside, touch some grass, and happy trails.